Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Riffs and Ramblings. I'm just going down to my guitar garage right now. Thought I'd take you along for the ride. So here we are. This is where I record. Got my desk set up here. Down here we have my Tone Master Pro, my QSC CP8 speaker, and a couple of cables that I'm trying out by Pig Hog. Enjoying this curly cable at the moment. Bit of fun. All right, so let's jump in and get started. I got some new picks this week. I'm always changing picks and I drive myself absolutely insane. This is the first one that I got. Dunlop Tortex Flow 1mm. And this one is another Dunlop Flow pick. I've forgotten what it's called. But it's one of those sort of prime tone style ones that has the grip on it as well. Not sure. I used to use Tortex picks all the time when I started playing, so I thought I'd go back to them. Got like quite a nice snappy tone. So this is my Joe Satriani Memories preset that I created when I first got my Tone Master Pro, and I've never done anything with it. I will publish it to the cloud now, just in case anyone wants it. But the basis of this is a British Jubilee amp. Excuse me for a second while I look at my screen because I'm just going to work out what this all is. The Jubilee lead as the amp. It has a Greenbox overdrive pedal. It also has British Greenback cab. And it also has a bit of delay and reverb, large hall reverb, and the digital delay. And I've got a parametric EQ on one of the sounds. And then I hit a foot switch and it switches off that parametric EQ and turns on the, what do they call it? The EQ5 graphic. So it's a different sound for the lead tone and the rhythm tone. It has a compressor and a Fender amp for the clean setting. I'll show you that too. So the intro sound is this. Has a very sort of narrow mid-range kind of hump in there. So then I hit the foot switch and it goes to the main lead tone, which switches out those two EQs. So then I have a foot switch that goes to the clean sound, which is the Fender amp, and it also adds a compressor. I do have to change the pickup selector though, because otherwise it doesn't really sound like the record if you use humbuckers. Not sure which, but let's try out a couple of sounds, but it does this. Let's try the position 2. Maybe with the volume rolled off a little and the middle pickup. And then of course, I go back to the original rhythm tone. So I'll upload that to the cloud now and I'll call it JGG Satch Memories. So I want to talk about something that one or two of you might remember, or maybe no one will remember, not really sure. I used to run another YouTube channel years ago called Guitar Noize, and that was noise with a Z. Don't ask, I don't know why. And it was going for quite a long time, I think from, I can't remember the years, but it was so long ago that there was a time limit on the amount of like video length that you could upload. I think it was 15 minutes or something. And everyone was uploading a maximum of about 480p quality. So this is before you could monetize with ads or anything like that. The people weren't called creators. There was no such word as influencers. It was just people uploading random stuff to YouTube on video, videos that they've recorded at home. I recorded some terrible videos. Some of the quality was just shocking. I managed to get it up to about 8,000 subscribers, which was actually quite a good achievement. And I also had about 400 videos posted, maybe a bit more than that actually. Could have been 5 to 500, something like that. And it was mainly gear demos and that kind of thing. And then one day I started getting emails from Google saying that I had to update it to a brand or partner channel instead of being a personal channel. Because back in the day, I just had my personal Google account and I set up a new sub account that was called Guitar Noize. But there was no such thing at the time as partner channels or brand partners or whatever it's called now. So I was ignoring these emails going, it was saying I would lose all my comments if I changed over to this new style of channel. So I was like, why would I do that? But I didn't really read the email properly. I thought, well, I don't use that email anymore. It stopped posting videos, but I just thought I want to keep them just in case one day maybe I'd start it again, or maybe I just wanted it just to show my kids or something. And one day it just disappeared and it was gone. So I got in touch, or I tried to get in touch with Google, but because it wasn't a partner channel, they didn't care. Basically, by the time I got in touch with someone, they said, it's too late. The channel's gone. Everything's deleted. That's permanent. Not sure if it is really, but they were saying it was, and they said there's no way of retrieving any of my content. So unfortunately, that was that. It was gone, and I'd have to set it up again from scratch with no videos, no subscribers, no comments. And to make matters worse, I hadn't got any backups of hardly any of the videos that I did post. I think they were on an old computer, and I probably just destroyed that hard drive when I recycled my computer. So everything was gone. I do remember it used to annoy people when I did have the channel though, because I was also a verified account, so I had the tick and everything, but I only had 8,000 subscribers, so people were saying that's impossible. How you must have hacked it or something. It's I don't have the ability to do that. So the reason that I had that was Google tried to bring out a product called Google Plus, and that was a competitor to Facebook. And they were looking for people to sort of be their sort of advocates for this new social media platform. So they actually, for some reason, reached out to me and said, do you want to jump on a call and we'll talk to you about Google Plus and how it will help your brand and all that kind of thing. So I thought, well, how often do you get to speak to people from Google? I thought, yeah, why not? When I jumped on the call, he was helping me with marketing and what to post and all that kind of thing. But then during the call, he said, I'll actually verify your account as well, so you get this blue tick or whatever it was. And that was all that you got. You didn't get anything else with that being verified thing. There was nothing. There was no real advantage to it other than to say, hey, look what I've got. There was nothing. But it used to really annoy people, because if I commented on a video, people would say, they would look me up to see who I was, if they were annoyed by my comment or something, and then say, oh, you're not even, you shouldn't even be verified. You've hacked it. I'm going to report you to Google and all that kind of thing. So yeah, it's gone. Nothing I can do about it. So I decided to start posting videos again on my personal account, just so I had some kind of record for my kids if they were ever interested to go, oh, look, Dad used to play guitar. And I think I did that for about a year, just posting a riff of the week thing. And it didn't really go anywhere, and I sort of lost a bit of interest because there was a lot of setup involved each time I did it. Once I kind of got bored of that, I stopped playing guitar for a while, but I don't think I picked up a guitar for about a year. I thought I need to get back into this. I need something to sort of spark some interest, and I decided to sell pretty much all of my gear and go digital, and that's when I decided to buy the Fender Tonemaster Pro. I did have a head rush before that, the head rush MX, and I wasn't happy with it. So I thought, no, I'm going to go all in on the Tone Master Pro and just see what that can do without any plan of posting videos. That was really just to get me playing again. And the thing with this unit is it did get me playing a lot. I was having more fun with this Tone Master Pro than I've had playing guitar for so many years, that I was like, well, actually, maybe I should share some of this renewed enthusiasm that I have. And that's when I started this channel. So I thought, why not just set up in this is the back room of my garage. So I'm just going to call it John's Guitar Garage, and I'm just going to post a few videos about how to create presets and that kind of thing. So Guitar Noize is gone, John's Guitar Garage is here, and hopefully it'll be around for a long time and pick up a few subscribers that I used to have from Guitar Noize. Who knows? Wow. That was so many takes that my camera light died, and I think I've got tendonitis. What do you think of this t-shirt, by the way? I need to reduce the size of the text on it, but it was just a prototype for an idea. Shred icons, and I might do some other ones, and maybe make those available for anyone that's interested. You may have seen in a couple of my recent videos, I've started using strings from Stringjoy. Got a couple of packets here. Actually, I've got 3. Stringjoy sent me a few sets to test, and I've got the Balanced Super Light Plus, the Classic Light, and the Balanced Light. And I've put the Balanced Super Light Plus, which is the 9.5 to 46 gauge strings, on my Schecter Nick Johnston Traditional. I've put the 10 to 48 Balanced Light set on my Les Paul. And I'm also going to put the 9.5s maybe on my Ibanez or my Sir. Actually, probably my Sir on my S4. Not sure about the 10 to 46. Maybe that can go on my Patrick Eggle, actually. Don't normally use 10s, but on a shorter scale length, like my Les Paul, I will use 10s. And this one's got like, well, I've said before, but it's 10, 13 and a half, 17, 26, 36, 48. So the bottom half are a bit heavier. And yeah, I've never seen a 13 and a half as a B string. They're sort of challenging what these big companies that have monopolized the industry for the last however many years and doing their own thing. One of the other things they say they do is they actually wind at tension, which means they've got that kind of instant broken in feel. They don't feel like you have to stretch them loads to get them to stay stable and in tune. So I've just put my glasses on so I can actually read this, because I had to double check. Each box of strings is 1 reward point, and once you get to 25, you can actually send all those boxes back to Stringjoy, and you can trade it in for some merch, like a shirt or a hat, and they will recycle the boxes and all the packaging for you, which I think is a really nice thing to do. So another thing that Stringjoy do is an auto restock program. So a subscription to get strings sent to you, I guess it's every month. Or you can select the frequency to receive the set, modify the number of sets you want to receive in each shipment, and then add to cart and check out. So if you're someone who is playing live regularly and you're getting through a lot of strings, then that's a nice way of making sure that you're never without any strings. You just get them sent to you every month. Like, it's a pretty common thing these days to have sort of online subscriptions that you can set up for products. Here's an example of using the wrong guitar for a preset. I'm still working on this. I'm not releasing this yet, but it's supposed to be 5150 by Van Halen. So this preset has the doubling effect that Eddie used quite a lot later on. And you can do that very easily in the Tonemaster Pro. You just add the detune, the pedal detune. And for this preset, I've got it set at 16%. Let me just bypass it, I'll show you the difference. So without. And then with. Without. And with. Without. And with. This guitar has a lot of sustain. Another new product that I've just bought you should check out are these strap locks. All you do is you connect your strap as per normal, and then you put these little rubber rings that go over the strap button as well, and it just means that that strap stays on a little bit safer than it would before. I'll just get the one out of the packet to show you. Maybe I'll have to do a little close-up because you're not going to be able to see much. But that's all it is, just a little rubber ring. So that's a really cheap alternative if you don't want to drill or change your strap buttons as well. I did that on my, I think it was my Sir guitar, where I put strap locks on there. Then I took that strap button out to put my old strap button back in, and now all of a sudden the screws are different size and it doesn't fit properly. So rather than trying to get that fixed or do anything with it, I've just put the old strap locks back in. I thought, well, I'm just going to stay with that now. I thought some of you might be interested in how I learn songs for the preset demos, so I'll share that with you. There's three ways that I do it. First of all, it's either just by ear. I grew up listening to music and playing and trying to emulate those sounds. I started playing in 1988, so you couldn't just go to YouTube and see how somebody plays something in their music videos. You couldn't watch tutorials from creators or teachers that were showing people how to play certain things, and there weren't really any resources for tabs other than usually there was like the Cherry Lane books, the tab books that often were the official books, and I thought all of those books were absolutely perfect, that they had worked with the artists and made sure that they were spot on. I'm now seeing videos on YouTube saying they're absolutely way off, especially the Metallica, and I'll see if I can find the link to the video where that is discussed, and I'll find it and put it in the description below. But I'm shocked because when I was 13, 14, I read these tab books as being perfection. So I was learning all these Metallica songs, probably thinking at the time, like, wow, this is really hard, some of this. And it's hard because they got it completely wrong. And then you've got the other tab books that were the easy version, or just another version that wasn't the official version, so I therefore sort of discounted it as being not correct, even though it may well have been even more accurate. The only other thing was VHS videos you could get of players, and the first video that we got was was it Hot Licks? There was a series, and we got a Vivian Campbell video. I'm not even sure why we got Vivian Campbell, because I'm not sure that we really knew this. I say we, this is me and my brother. My brother is a few years older than me, James, and he plays too, so we were learning together. And the Vivian Campbell video was kind of confusing. He used some really strange terms to describe some of the techniques. And I don't know if he was maybe he just joined Whitesnake, but I don't think I knew who he was, so I'm not sure why we got that particular video. But I learned a few things from it, but I think I learned more from watching the Eddie Van Halen on Live Without a Net, the Van Halen live video. And because I watched that over and over again, and I learned a lot just from watching his techniques and things that he did. So that taught me more about playing guitar than anything else, to be honest, at that age. So now you have obviously so many things. Online sites like TrueFire, which actually I need to sign up for Andy Wood's videos on TrueFire because I reckon they'll be really good. Love his playing. And you have things like Ultimate Guitar and Guitar Pro. So I use ultimateguitar.com. I've got a subscription so I can access the tabs. And I reckon they're pretty accurate because they're kind of crowdsourced, and a lot of people will create a new version if one's not accurate, and then it gets upvoted. So the more votes it gets, probably the more accurate it is, or at least people think it is. So, and then they have the Ultimate Guitar official versions, which again, I'm not sure if they're 100% correct. I've seen a couple that don't seem to be correct for me. And then I use Guitar Pro 8 as well. I've got a subscription with Guitar Pro. And if I can't find, or sometimes I just have a look at one and have a look at the other and compare. That's a great place to start. There's also Songster, is it? Let me check. So there's Songster free version and there's Songster Plus, which gives you a few extra features. So Songster Plus is a pay-as-you-go service, and it is $11.99 per month. Ultimate Guitar is actually dependent on country, so the price is adjusted for the cost of living and salaries in different countries, which is an interesting idea. But as a guide, it says here $99 a year, which I assume would be the US. I would have to look up how much I paid for my subscription, but I paid for a year because I thought that would probably be useful for making my presets. Guitar Pro 8 costs $69.95 US. And that is for new users. And if you already have Guitar Pro 7, there's an upgrade fee of $34.95 to go to the latest, to Guitar Pro 8. The only difference between them is that Guitar Pro is an app that you download for Windows or for Mac, whereas Ultimate Guitar and Songster are web-based. There are apps for your phone or iPads or whatever as well, but ultimately they're web-based in comparison to the Guitar Pro app. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Riffs and Ramblings, and if you did, please like and subscribe. It'll really help me with the channel. See you in the next one.